What's up everyone, today we're talking about trade skills in Lost Ark, and I want to give you some quick tips if you're just starting out and you're not sure what to do with all the different gathering systems, fishing, foraging, logging, that kind of thing. If you learned something new or you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to the channel or dropping a like on the video, and if you have any trade skill tips of your own, consider dropping them in the comments for other people. We're still learning over on NA and EU, so we need all the help we can get over here. One quick thing before we get into the first tip is you will unlock your trade skills as part of the main story as you're going along. You'll start getting guide quests that will unlock the trade skills slowly one after another until you have them all. So don't worry about going out of your way to find them. If you're not there in the story, just keep playing. Okay, the first tip is short and very simple, but I saw this in tutorial and completely forgot, and I want to share this instantly. Active trade skills. Open your map with M and check in the top right. Now there is a small box here with icons that shows what trade skill is active in each map. If hunting isn't there, you won't see animals roaming around. If fishing isn't there, you won't see any fishing locations, so stop trying to fish in random rivers and seas. If mining isn't there, stop trying to look for ores. If foraging isn't there, stop looking for herbs. And most importantly, if relics aren't there, you do not need to turn your radar on. You can use this to make sure you're on the right map for the certain gathering skills you want to level, and if you want to go back to old areas to level them, you can just go and find areas that have the mineral, the resource that you're looking for. Okay, tip 2. This one is so important. Trade leaf points. You're introduced to trade leaves as part of the story, as part of the guide quests. However, there's something really important I want to flag here. Basically, every time you use your trade skill, whether it be mining or logging, whatever you're doing, you have a chance to obtain one of these world tree leaves. And these can seem very unimportant. You might think, I'll just save them until I go. What you want to do is keep going until you've got 5 of these. Just keep gathering. They'll just passively, you'll just get them until you've got 5 of these world tree leaves. Go to the major city, the first one's fine, and go to the little leaf icon on your minimap and hand these in. If you hand in 5 world tree leaves, the first reward you get is 5 trade skill experience potions. These potions give 2,200 experience to all trade skills. If you think about this, catching a fish gives 300 experience. So this is wild, because you instantly get, in the space of 5 seconds, 11,000 experience to all your trade skills, which should boost them up real quick. Maybe even by the time you've got these 5, you might get straight up to level 10. This feels such a big boost early on, so I highly recommend going and getting this done. You should also keep at it and try and get 18 leaves, which gets you on the way to your epic gathering tools. Overall, there's no downside to this, but it's such a big thing to overlook, so I wanted to include it early. Number 3, level up your skills early. Get the slog out of the way. In your trade skill guide, you'll see normal skills and mastery skills. The thing with mastery skills, think of them as passive skills, such as extra 1% to get better materials, things like that. Don't worry about them, don't stress about them. But on the left, normal skills are really, really important to leveling your trade skills. For example, foraging, once you get further, you'll see mushrooms. And if you haven't got foraging to level 10 and unlock vegetation expert, you won't be able to collect them. So it's really important. And if you want to get into these early, you want to focus on these and get good with your trade skills or one specific trade skill, just make sure when you're surrounded by a resource you can collect, you use that to level up while you can, because you're going to hit a point soon where you can't collect them, and you don't want to sail to an island and not be able to get some brand new resource. And don't feel bad about collecting a lot of the same thing, because let's say you're just farming tons and tons of the first forage, I think the dream leather, the dream flower, whatever it's called. Don't feel bad, because you can use that in your stronghold for crafting and some other things. So just keep at it, just level them up early, and then when you get to these new zones, you should be able to pick up the new stuff and carry on the leveling process without having to backtrack. Something really important is when you first start and you're just clicking on these nodes, it sounds really boring and tedious, but as it gets better, as you level them up, they get so much more interesting. So it will take less time to level them, and it will be more fun. So for example, fishing, you're not just fishing, you're net fishing, bait fishing, you're throwing bait into the sea to increase chance of getting bigger fish. When you're mining, you're playing like the little mini game. There's a lot of other things going on, and it feels more fun and your energy goes down faster. So at the start, just get this slog out of the way and just get them all up to maybe 10, 15, and just get that initial boring burst out of the way. Similar to the next point, point 4, this is so important. Don't cap your work energy. If you want to seriously get into trade skills, don't let your work energy be capped. It caps at 10,000 and only restores at like 30 every 10 minutes. So even if you're sitting at 9,000, at least you're not capped. At least it's still coming back. Before you go to bed, maybe just sit and chunk a bunch out so that when it comes back in the morning, you're near the cap again. It will take over a day to fully refill. I think it takes like 2 days. So if you have the time to burn it all down, just go somewhere, put on some music and just chunk away your work energy so that by the next day, it's not capped and you're not wasting potential work energy that could be coming back. There are items that replenish your energy, but just remembering to use it can save the need for that. When going around questing, it almost felt impossible for me to use it all because there's mobs around and it felt like a distraction. So now, before I go to bed, I just peace out 15-20 minutes, go fish, go gather rocks in a mining area, and just get like half of it down so that I know that when I get up the next morning, it won't be capped. It will just be regenerated back to almost where it was. Similar to the last point, the early levels are the worst because all you're doing is clicking nodes. Once you get a bit further on, it is easier to burn through your energy. So for example, fishing, you have skills that you can use alongside it that use up energy. When you're logging, you can use tree kick, for example, that does 180 work energy and items fall out the tree. Little things like that will burn your energy down faster, especially if you're doing multiple different gathering at the same time, and you'll easily burn through your 10,000. But at the start, you are just going to have to just, put music in and just grind it out. Okay, the first one was simple. The fifth one is pretty simple as well, but I just want to highlight it in case you are new to this and you're just not aware. So tip 5, repairing trade skill equipment. It's such a simple point. Make sure you get the best trade skill equipment you always can. Buy it from a trade skill vendor if you can, because they'll always try and throw different things at you. I originally thought that the trade skill equipment would burn away, so durability would go and it would break, because that's why the game is giving you so many different ones. I think I had like 2 greens and a blue just for logging. So I saved them thinking they were going to break, but that's just not the case. You can repair them the same way you repair your equipment. You just go to an armor, the little blacksmith icon on the map, and you switch from normal gear to trade skill repair, and you just repair them. So if you can get a blue, get rid of the green. If you can get an epic, get rid of everything. And just try and always get the best ones you can. If you can find a way to get something stronger, if you're at endgame and you can buy something, just get it, because you can just keep repairing it. That's it really. 5 quick tips for new players or beginners or people that are just getting into trade skills for the first time and they're a little uneasy or a little overwhelmed with all the information they threw at you. I hope you found this useful. Let me know in the comments if you like this sort of thing. I'm having a ton of fun with Lost Ark, considering making some more videos in the future on it as well. So if you want to see more, do let me know. If you have anything else to add on trade skills, if you're an expert that's maxed it all out before our release even came out, let us know in the comments some real good tips. We're all learning here. That's it from me. Thanks everyone. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.